universe. I got Krishna on my lap. Doesn't matter. I mean, if someone came to me and said, okay, we'll give you a tour of the universe. Wow. Let's go. What about all your service? Oh, let's go for a tour of the universe. Mother says, I don't care about a tour of the universe. I don't care. I don't care to know who's God. I'm just in love. There's we see a little reflection of that in this world when people are in love. Very fleeting. The people who are in love, they forget about everything. They're at work just talking to their loved one and not worrying so much about whether or not they get fired. See that? We have a little idea of what it means to be so much in love. Unfortunately, the people and the objects and the things with which we fall in love in this world don't fully satisfy us. It doesn't last. After a while, we say, oh, I found the wrong object. So falling in love with Krishna will completely give us everything we need. Now that doesn't mean you don't buy toothbrushes or oranges or socks. But it means that we're not thinking that those things are going to be the source of our happiness and knowledge and security. We're not invested in them. Bhagavatam calls them fallible soldiers. I had a cousin when I was young who always wanted to play with soldiers. I wasn't too much of a soldier playing person myself, but that was the only thing he wanted to play with, so whenever we visited my uncle and auntie's house, I would play with soldiers. Or else I know what he played with. So I know we have these little metal soldiers. I have fallible soldiers. They can't actually protect you. If some, robber comes to your house, you can't call out the metal soldier, little metal toy soldier. Please shoot the robber. They're all fallible. So we're thinking, my mommy and daddy, they'll protect me. Of course, when we're a baby, we think that way. But even as an adult, we think that. Mommy and daddy will protect me. If I get thrown out of ISKCON, I can always go home to mommy and daddy. If I get fired from my job, I can always go home to mommy and daddy. They'll take me. And we think that way about our brothers and sisters, or our wife, or our husband, or our children, or our own creativity, or our intelligence, or our experience. That will save me. Or our body. Those are our soldiers. So devotees still relate with family. They still have some occupation. They still take care of their body, but they're not thinking, this is my shelter. I think this is my shelter. And it's very subtle. And Krishna will show us how we're thinking. The body is the shelter. The mind is the shelter. Family is the shelter. Community, nation. That's my shelter. We find just Krishna and our love for Krishna. That's our shelter. And whatever else we do is part of our love for Krishna. So that's what we should be fixed on. That the purpose of our sadhana bhakti is to develop this. That's my only shelter. That's my only goal, is to be madly in love with Krishna. I think we're also even afraid of being madly in love. Who knows what we'll do if we're madly in love? People who are madly in love do crazy things. According to the materialists, the devotees are a little crazy. I remember here in Soho, one gentleman who was at that time a new devotee, and it was his first time out on Harinam, and he said to me, suppose somebody from work sees me dancing in the streets. So this madness, Mother Yasoda has a kind of madness. Krishna, did you get something to eat? You haven't eaten for 15 minutes. Are you hungry yet? So to surrender, ultimately what we're surrendering to, we say, Ma mekam sharanam vraja. We're ultimately surrendering to love. And giving up all of our fear that if I surrender to love, I won't have any of my necessities. And this love is the highest form of spirituality, as Prabhupada really emphasizes in this purport. It's higher than ordinary responsible, righteous life. It's higher than understanding just that I'm Brahman. It's higher even than worship of God. Or one can say it is the highest worship of God. So questions, comments, additions, subtractions?